If you own a cat, you've probably had this thought at least once. Does my cat actually love me, or am I just the person who fills the food bowl and cleans the litter box? It's a fair question, because unlike dogs, cats don't throw themselves at you the second you walk through the door. There's no full body wiggle, no frantic tail wagging, no jumping up like you've been gone for a year. Cats play a different game entirely. Their love is quiet. It's calculated. It's built on trust that has to be earned slowly, day by day, moment by moment. And because it's so subtle, most cat owners completely miss it. They live for years with an animal that adores them and never even realize it. Today, we're fixing that. We're going to break down 5 specific behaviors that cats reserve only for the human they love the absolute most. Not for random guests. Not for other pets. Not even for other people in the same household. These behaviors are personal, they're intentional, and once you learn to recognize them, you will never look at your own cat the same way again. Stay with us until the end, because the last one is something almost every cat owner has experienced without even realizing what it actually meant. Thing number 1. Sleeping with their back turned to you. This first one sounds completely backwards at first, so stick with us for a second. A cat sleeping with its back facing you, tucked in close, tail wrapped around itself, breathing slow and steady, is showing you one of the most powerful trust signals that exists anywhere in the animal kingdom. Here's why. In the wild, sleep is the single most dangerous state an animal can be in. There's no awareness of surroundings, no ability to react quickly, no defense mechanisms active. A sleeping animal is a vulnerable animal, plain and simple. So when a cat turns its back to you and fully lets its guard down, its brain has made a decision. It has calculated, on some instinctual level, that you are not a threat, and that nothing bad will happen while it's in this defenseless state. Cats are incredibly selective about who gets this kind of access. A cat that isn't sure about you will sleep facing the door, facing you directly so it can watch your movements, or in a completely separate room where it feels it has more control. But the cat who curls up with their spine to you, completely checked out, completely unaware, has made a silent decision that most humans never even notice. You are safe. You are not dangerous. You are the one person they are comfortable being completely defenseless around. In a species built on caution and self-preservation, that is nothing short of a declaration of love. Thing number 2. Talking to you with a completely different voice. Here's something almost no one talks about, but once you notice it, you can't unseen it. Does your cat make a specific sound around you that they don't make with anyone else in the house? Maybe it's a little chirp. Maybe it's a specific meow, higher pitched, or shorter, or more insistent. Maybe it's that rapid little trill sound cats make when they're genuinely excited to see someone. Here's the part that will blow your mind. Adult cats do not meow at other cats. In the wild, and even in multi-cat households, adult cats communicate with each other almost entirely through body language, scent marking, and posture. Meowing as a form of communication is a behavior cats developed almost exclusively for interacting with humans. It's not instinctual in the way you'd think, it's learned, and it's often personalized. Studies on cat vocalization have found that many cats develop unique vocal patterns specifically tailored to their favorite person, essentially building a private communication system that doesn't exist with anyone else, not even other family members who live in the same house and feed them the same food. If your cat has a special voice reserved just for you, a certain chirp the moment you walk in, a specific tone when they want your attention and no one else's, that is not a coincidence, and it's not random. That is a language your cat built from scratch, specifically for you, and no one else gets to hear it. Thing number 3. Guarding you when you're sick or emotionally struggling. There's a reason so many cat owners have almost the exact same story to tell. You're sick in bed, running a fever, barely able to move, or maybe you're going through something emotionally difficult and you're crying on the couch, and suddenly, your usually distant, independent, aloof cat is right there. Sitting on your chest. Curled against your side. Staying for hours in a way they never normally would. Refusing to leave, even when you get up to move around the house. Cats are far more emotionally perceptive than most people give them credit for. They pick up on subtle changes in your breathing patterns, your body temperature, shifts in your scent caused by stress hormones, and even changes in the tone and pace of your voice. When a cat chooses to stay physically close to you during a moment of physical illness or emotional distress, that is not just random comfort-seeking behavior on their part. It's widely believed to be a form of protective instinct, and it's usually reserved exclusively for the person the cat has identified as their closest bond. This kind of behavior is rarely extended equally to everyone in a household. It's targeted. It's specific. It shows up for the one person the cat has quietly chosen as their own. If your cat has ever mysteriously shown up for you during one of the hardest moments of your week, without being called, without being asked, that wasn't a coincidence. That was loyalty, expressed in the only way your cat knows how. Thing number 4. Letting you interrupt their sleep without a single complaint. Cats are famously, almost comically protective of their sleep and personal space. Try picking up a cat mid-nap, and for most people, in most situations, that cat is going to tense up immediately, pull away, maybe let out an annoyed little meow, or just get up and leave entirely. It's a pretty universal cat reaction. But almost every cat owner has noticed there's usually one specific person in the house who can scoop that exact same cat up mid-dream and get absolutely nothing back but a lazy stretch, a soft sigh, and the cat immediately settling back into sleep, sometimes even leaning in closer instead of pulling away. This kind of tolerance is not distributed equally. It is a direct, measurable reflection of comfort level and trust between that specific cat and that specific person. A cat that allows their favorite human to disturb them, move them, or reposition them during rest, without hissing, without tensing up, without immediately bolting off the bed or couch, is demonstrating an extremely high level of psychological security in that relationship. To a cat, uninterrupted, undisturbed rest is directly tied to survival instincts passed down for thousands of years. Allowing that rest to be interrupted without protest essentially means the cat has mentally filed you under a very specific category, someone who does not require vigilance or defensive readiness around. Coming from an animal built almost entirely on instinctive caution and self-protection, that is an enormous, often overlooked compliment. Thing number 5. Quietly positioning themselves between you and perceived threats. This final one genuinely surprises a lot of longtime cat owners, but it has been documented repeatedly by professional cat behaviorists over the years. Some cats will physically position themselves between their favorite human and anything they perceive as a potential threat or source of stress. This could be a new visitor in the house, another animal, an unfamiliar noise, or even something as simple as a loud vacuum cleaner running nearby. It's rarely aggressive, and it's often subtle enough that most people don't even notice it happening in real time. The cat will quietly move their body, positioning themselves between the source of concern and their chosen person, almost like a small, silent, four-legged bodyguard. This is not universal cat behavior by any means, and it is absolutely not something cats will do for someone they view as just another resident of the household.